Hey, hi all, welcome back to BRR Knowledge Center. I come up with a different topic in TypeScript called interfaces. So we'll see what is an interface and how we are going to create interface as part of OOPS concept. So interface itself is saying that it's a bridge between your class and the structure, what you're going to create it. It's a contract, right, to your application. So an interface is a structure which acts as a contract or a bridge in our application. It defines the syntax for a classes. Basically, when I talk about an interface, it's skeleton. It's kind of declarations of any class, right? Or any structure of your class. It does not have any definition of it. So that means a class which implements an interface is bound to implement all its members. So we cannot instantiate the interface, but it can be referenced by the class object that implements. The TypeScript compiler uses interfaces for type checking, right? So also known as duck typing or structural subtyping. So the interface contains only the declarations of methods and fields, but not the implementation, as I said. So we can't use it to build anything. It is, just for kind of a declaration part or kind of a skeleton. You're going to define it for your methods and fields. So it is going to inherited by a class if you want, and the class which implements interface define all members of the interface, right? When interface is defined, right, some methods and fields, and you're going to use that as part of class inheritance. So while you're inheriting this interface, you make sure all the members should be implemented instead of class. When a TypeScript compiler compiles it into a JavaScript, then the interface will be disappeared from the JavaScript file. Thus, its purpose is to help in development stage only, right? So let me define some definition of TypeScript interface here. So interface is a structure which act as a contract in our application. So it defines the syntax for classes to follow. Means a class which implements an interface is bound to be implemented. Bound to be implement all its members. All its members. So in the TypeScript, right? The TypeScript compiler uses interfaces for type checking, also known as, right, duck typing. Okay. So TypeScript compiler uses interface for type checking, also known as duck typing, right? Whether the object has a specific structure or not, whether the object has, right, specific structure or not. The interface contains the declarations of the methods and fields. Okay, but not the implementation. But not the implementations. The prime rule. So it is right inherited by class, and the class which implements interface defined interface finds all members of the interface. Okay, so what is the syntax of this interface going forward? Okay, So again, if you want to create, right, interface, we're going to use interface keyboard. We have to use interface keyword to create interfaces in type, like interface, okay, interface name, and here fields declarations, methods declarations. For example, right, interface person, right, name string, okay, gender string, okay, and age, I'm going to say number. Okay, this is my interface. Basically, I'm going to have it. Okay, so an interface keyword which is used to declare the TypeScript interface. Right here, interface name, right, is the name of the interface. Okay, so in this example, I just created interface as a person. Okay, now let me use this. Let customer, let student equal to, right, I'm going to say type person, okay, which then return nothing. Okay, instead of this, I'm going to say console dot log off, right? Student name is something like, I just said type name, right? Type name plus as age, right? Plus type age. And also if you want to have as gender, right? Type dot gender. That's it. Okay. This would be after curly braces. Let me move to this next line, right? And this I'm going to have it. Okay. So when I'm going to invoke this student, right, it is going to write, invoke the TypeScript, sorry, interface, like, person. This is the type of variable. So which is basically returning nothing because I'm printing everything in here. Okay. So we have created interface person which properties name, gender, age, right? We have defined a function with an argument, which is a type of interface person. Now compiler TSE, right? Compile into JH, which looks, creates JavaScript and prints the required stuff. Okay. So let us create an example in Visual Studio Inter code and see like how it is going to work. Let me create interface demo.ts. So let me do same thing, interface, this person, and here is name, this is string. Okay. This time what I'll do is I'll take only two parameters, like name, this is an artist name, this is the name, okay, and gender, right, of number. But this is my interface. Okay. So after this, what I'll do is I'm going to create a function here. So based on the interface, I'm going to create a function, right? Let student, right, equal to uh, type. This is a person of returning y. And this here, I'm just saying console.log of student name, okay, type dot name. Student, sorry, has gender, sorry, should be age, not gender. Age has age. It's something like type dot age. Okay. So this way, what I'm going to do is I'm just define this. Let me, the compile this and see like how it is going to generate a JavaScript. Going to this command prompt. So TSC interface demo compiled successfully. Interface demo.js. Now you can see the JS file it is just created where student, right? And type is the parameter, and here it is just printing the information. When I compile this, it is just printing empty because you are nowhere calling this, right? So somewhere you need to invoke this to call this particular function, right? So in this interface demo, right, the student has to be invoked, right? Let me try this. What should I do? Okay, created fine. So how to invoke this function as student? File printed fine. I think I'll define one more, right? In college, a variable at college. And for this, I'm passing a parameters like name, year, right? Age, five. This is the thing I'm using it. And now I'm going to pass this information to, right, college. And that's how I'm going to call. What happened? College person, right? Name, age. What is the problem? Uh, Null parameter person property. Okay. Let me change that name and name age. Okay, maybe this is number, right? I must give a number. That's it. Okay, so these are the details I can say. Passing these details to the student. The variable are created and there is a function are defined, but the function of passing this a variable. File now again. Interface demo. Interface demo.js. Now you can see student name bearer has AS35 and as name has right is this way you can go back and compile this and see how it is executing. Student name as AS35. So using interface, I just created a function. That function I'm using in this way for type checking. Okay. This is how you are going to use interface basically. So the uses of interface is something like, validating the specific structure, right? Object passed as a parameter, object returned from the functions, different ways we can use interface. So basically we use interface when we have inheritance. We can inherit the interface from, the other interfaces. In other words, TypeScript allow an interface to be inherited from 0 or more base types. Okay, so we can use this interface for inheritance purpose. So to inherit or implement inheritance, I think we have to use extends keyword to inherit. And we'll see like the inheritance concept in the next coming sessions, like how we're going to implement inheritance using interface, right? And there you can see the other purpose, right? How to use it. Okay. So my humble thing is like you just observe the syntax here. These are the fields. I'm going to define it here anyway. So Now we'll see that part of class is how I'm going to use this, interface, and then inherit into other class. When you inherit this interface into any class, you must make sure all the things are being implemented, correct? So let's get see that in the coming session. Okay. Thanks for listening to this video, and please subscribe this channel for more videos.